Hello, my name is Sage and you are watching D&D Daily. Today I'm doing a blind stat block reading of the Cogwork Archivist from Strixhaven's Curriculum of Chaos. Let's jump into it. Programmed with knowledge of Strixhaven's extensive lore catalog, Cogwork Archivists serve as keepers of the university's various libraries. The Archivist's towering metal frames are equipped with long, articulate limbs and retractable conservator tools, which they use to organize and preserve documents from throughout Strixhaven's winding history. Many Cogwork Archivists can be found among the towering shelves of the Biblioplex, simultaneously retrieving scrolls for curious students while keeping a stern eye on any rowdy groups that might disrupt the quiet atmosphere. When I run into a stat block that is so specific, like Strixhaven's libraries as the only place you're going to find this, I try and think of other ways right off the bat to incorporate them into other places. And what comes to me is almost like the Duragar ruins from Skyrim. I can totally see these being an element of a dungeon from a past history where the mechanisms are still working but the people are gone. Could be kind of cool. Looking at the artwork here and ignoring the coolness that is the background, I think the wills are what's standing out to me the most. I wonder if they're going to incorporate them into their movement or do something interesting with those wills. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like a cool humanoid machine type guy. But let's see what the stat block brings to the table. The Cogwork Archivist is a large construct, typically lawful neutral. Its armor class is 17, it has 90 hit points, and a speed of 40 feet. Maybe that's the wheels coming into play right there. It's just an extra 10 feet of movement speed. Has +4 to strength, +0 to dex, +2 to constitution, +3 to intelligence, +0 to wisdom, and -2 to charisma. So the high strength and constitution means it can go toe-to-toe as a bruiser, but the +3 intelligence might mean it has some tricks up its sleeve. It has proficiency on Arcana, History, Nature, Religion, and Perception. It has immunity to poison damage, and it is immune to the Charmed, Exhausted, Frightened, Petrified, and Poisoned conditions. Has Dark Vision out to 60 feet and a passive perception of 12, and it speaks all languages. It is a challenge rating of 4 and has a proficiency bonus of +2. It is resistant to magic and thus has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. It gets a multi-attack and it makes 2 Grasping Limb attacks. Grasping Limb is a melee weapon attack with +6 to hit and a reach of 15 feet. It hits one target, and on a hit it does 2d8 +4 bludgeoning damage, and the target is grappled, with an escape DC of 14. The Archivist can have no more than 2 targets grappled at a time. So the fact that it has a reach of 15 feet makes me think that it launches its arm out there to grab someone and then bring them in, or does it keep it healthy? I guess it keeps it held in at that distance. Yeah, with a reach of 15 feet it must. And also the imagery of just this being a librarian that shoots out its hand to grab. It can grab books, or it could grab rowdy students and drag them to the principal's office. I find that kind of a funny stat block given its environment. The Archivist also comes with spell casting, and at will can cast dancing lights and prestidigitation. This is quite nice for lighting up the library and cleaning off those books using prestidigitation, and twice a day it can use silence, which again is kind of funny. It's like these kids are being rowdy in the library and you have plenty of these Cogwork Archivists to be like, shut up, bam, cast silence, and now they can't make any noise. Problem solved. So my overall impression of the Cogwork Archivist was humorous. I actually found it surprisingly funny how they incorporated the stat block into this robot librarian, and how it's not exactly threatening, but more just controlling and cleans and can grab books and can drag students away or silence them. I found that quite funny. Again, if I were to broaden its usability as a stat block, I would be looking at ancient ruins from a once technologically advanced civilization. But I'm sure there's many other things you could reskin it as. What would you reskin it as? Let me know in the comments below. I think that'd be an interesting discussion. Alright, this has been my blind stat block reading of the Cogwork Archivist. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I hope to see you on the next one. We are D&D Daily, so we release new D&D content every day. Might be worth your time to subscribe, so I can see you tomorrow. See you on the next one.